Hello, everybody. Hello, Miss Elena. How are you?
Hello, finding you.
I am wonderful. So, we are in the wonderful month of March. What is March for? Because, all these months have so
Women's
many things.
History Month.
When,
Women's History Month.
okay, let's get into
It's
it.
also Reading Month.
Okay. And I like to read. I like to read. With me, since I've been in school, my girlfriends, they'll have like other reading material, and I'll try to get those in between the reading assignments.
Yes, yes.
So I've been doing a lot more reading than I typically do.
Good.
Yeah. And retaining some things. So now you are in Michigan with me, so we know what the weather is like here.
Cold. Cold as polar bears. Polar bears' noses.
It's cold. It's cold. But I will say at least we don't have like that polar vortex.
No, we don't. We know how to be thankful now. We know how to be thankful.
Let me tell you.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
We had that little polar vortex where it was like below -0. It was like 34 degrees last week, and everybody was outside like it was summertime.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Loved it. So we're going to be talking about today lessons from lyrics, which is primarily about music, and we're going to talk about music and how music affects you, and then we're going to talk about how she came up with the concept of this and where it was birthed from and all of those great things. So when we get started, Elena, I want you to tell them, where are we going today?
All the way there.
We are definitely going all the way there. Yes, let's go there.
Where
are we going today? All the way there. Let's go.
So, hey, everybody, we are back. And you guys, I'm not going to lie, me doing this once a month, I was just telling her backstage, I really miss you guys. I don't know how I was doing this every week, and it's a lot of prep. Maybe because I've been got out of the rotation of it and not doing it. But, I said, let me get this together. But I am so glad to see you guys. I don't feel like I'm before you enough, but I'm glad to be with you all today. Miss Alana Dillard is definitely no stranger to the All the Way There podcast. If you have been here before, you've seen her on a previous podcast talking about Miss Healthy One, more Miss One Healthy. Yeah, and you're gonna tell us about that, but in the meantime, let me say this before we get into the icebreaker, because I really feel like we have a good icebreaker, and I want you guys to think about it too. The icebreaker is going to be, name a song that may have inspired you, and it could be when you were younger or as an adult. I did say younger, but even as an adult, that it inspires you, gets you motivated, gets you going, get your juices flowing, creative, whatever. Or it could inspire you any other kind of way. Or a song that you might have been listening to as a child that you shouldn't have been listening to, and you didn't really understand it until you were an adult.
Woo, I can answer all those.
Okay, we're going to tap into it. But in the meantime, so Miss Alana Dillard is a proud native of Detroit with a deep love for her city. She currently serves as an attendance agent with the Detroit Public Schools Community District with over 15 years of experience in education, and Alana has made the lasting impact in her field. And although working in education wasn't her childhood dream, it has become her adult passion. I love that. Alana's journey into education may have started by chance, but her love for it is immediate and unwavering. Those who know her best often say she's always trying to teach or tell somebody something. I know that. I do know that for a fact. For them, her career is in education feels like a natural fit. She is happily married, a proud mother of 3 children, and she embraces her role as Gigi to 1 granddaughter and 1 grandson and 5 bonus grandchildren. I love it. So you have all of those beautiful things. And I love that because, for one, let's just talk about motherhood within itself. That is a beautiful, it's a beautiful experience. Good afternoon, all the way there, podcast, Kila B, guest, Miss Alana Dillard, and fellow viewers. Hello, Miss Crystal Edwards. So Alana and her husband, I mean, when I tell you they are all over the place, that's exactly what I mean. They have their hands in a lot of fires, and she'll get into that. But in the meantime, let's do the icebreaker.
Okay.
The icebreaker is a song that inspired you. It could be as a child. It could be when you were a child or something now. Or a song that you shouldn't have been listening to when you were a child, and because you didn't understand the meaning of it until you became an adult, and you might have thought, why was I singing that at that age, and why didn't some adult stop me?
Well, 2 songs I was singing that I shouldn't have been singing, but my parents love music too, so they probably was just cringing inside.
Okay.
Rick James, Mary Jane. I was torn. I thought it was like either the candy or the shoes. I have no idea. It was Sticky Icky. And then I really loved the Isley Brothers. I think it was the Isley Brothers, In Between the Sheets. Oh, that was my jam.
Oh my goodness.
All the ad-libs at the end. Oh yeah, In Between the Sheets. Yeah.
You know what's so crazy is I can remember listening to that song, my mom taking us to elementary school.
Yes.
And then I'm like, well, no, we shouldn't have been singing that.
We should not have, but we were saying
exactly.
Yeah.
Ain't no mystery.
Hello. I like the way you've been treated.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. But the one that when you say mess up a song.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, it was my favorite too. I remember my mother actually pulling over. Like, what did you say? Because I was singing Billy Ocean's Caribbean Queen. Okay, picture it.
Caribbean Queen. That used to be the jam.
And in my mind, he said, I lose my cool when she's fixing the roof.
Oh, when she fixing the roof?
Yeah. And I was singing it. My mama pulled over. She was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? And so now I had to think. I was like, wait, I didn't cuss. I didn't say nothing nasty. I did, because I was about 10. So I was kind of scared to answer, but I didn't think I had said nothing. And she was like, well what did you say? And I sang it again. I lose my cool when she's fixing the roof. She was like, Nicole, why is she fixing the roof?
Why is she fixing the roof?
That's cool, because he didn't know she could do it. And I pictured it and everything. My mother was just like, that's not what he's saying. You know,
it's hilarious.
Really.
One of my songs that I know I shouldn't have been listening to, and my mom, you remember those record players that was like either Strawberry Shortcake or the Care Bears, and you flip your little lid open and put your record on there?
Yes.
So we went to the record store, and my mom let us get our record, and so I bought Turn Out the Lights, Light a Candle.
Well, wait, but she ain't say nothing because she was like, I want to borrow that.
She ain't say a word. And I was in there playing it too. And they would turn them off.
Right.
I was playing my music on my little bitty. And I can't remember if my sister might have had the Care Bears. One of us had a Strawberry Shortcake. And one of us had the Care Bears. I can't remember which had which, but I can't even believe I was listening to that.
Hey, you thought it was a nighttime song. Turn them off.
And then another song that I was listening to that, remember that song, Last Night a DJ Saved My Life?
Yes. Uh-huh.
used to, as a child, I would be like la la da dee da 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 da, and then when I got grown, I'm like, is she worse in that song? I never do that.
You thought it was the R&B version of Lottie Dottie.
Exactly. I'm like la la da dee da 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 da. And she said last night a DJ saved my life. Well, I didn't know that. So here we are. Here we are. So Crystal says, I went to a wedding and the bride and groom danced their first dance in between the
Can we say, that was a sign? Why?
She said they were not married long.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I could believe that. Their first dance was in between the sheets. Oh my God.
Sarah Smiles or something. I don't know.
That ribbon in the sky or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, that wasn't right.
Even that.
But Elena, I want you to tell the people who you are, what you do. I mean, I already introduced you, but what's something else you want the people to know about you before we tap in?
Love the Lord.
Okay.
Definitely. I love music. And I love helping people. I love doing that little, small, insignificant thing that means the world to somebody. I was in service last week and a young lady helped another young lady with a dance step. And she was careful to not be in the camera, but really lead her. And I was like, I'm just noticing that. Now, I've seen the young lady. I don't know a lot about her.
Okay.
And in my mind, something just dropped in my spirit. You need to bless her. And so I started to text her mother because, you about to get this baby some money and now the mom ain't going to know where the money come from. So I started to text the mom, but I said, well, I'll let her know. But I went and I talked to the young lady and I said, how old are you? And she told me 19. I said, I just wanted to let you know that was really nice how you helped your friend. Because mind you, she's 19, but this little girl is like 7.
Okay.
I said, I thought that was really nice. You didn't have to do that. I said, so I just wanted to give you a little something. I said, go buy yourself a sandwich or something. And she was like, okay. And so she asked me later, she said, how old did you think I was? I said, I knew you were young. I said, but I didn't know you were grown. I said, and that speaks even more to who you are. I said, 19, you don't have to be in school. I mean, right. You don't have to be helping nobody. You don't have to be in the ministry. You don't have to be doing something. And I like that you are. And I just want to encourage you. Aww. Nobody knew other than the people I was with that I did that. It's not important. I wanted to bless and encourage her because I saw what she was doing and what it meant to that baby. Aww. So it's little things that I like to be able to do.
And I think that is how God gives us all our purpose. What purpose over popularity? That's a plug. That's but right. I just feel like God give us every one of us our purpose and how we give back into the earth. And I think that's the one thing I actually drew me to you and your husband, because if people don't know, I met her over Instagram actually. Yes. And I've developed quite a few relationships over Instagram through the podcast. And that's the one thing, you guys are always in the community. And I love that. That is the one thing I love about you too. And when I say they're always in the community, like, I'm not exaggerating. Like, they aren't just out there doing photo props like some people do. Like, okay, we were here, we gave our 10,000. None of that. They are like literally putting their hands to the plow. So I really absolutely love that about you too. What did Crystal say? Keela B, that Teddy song, Turn Off the Lights, was a jam. I'm older than you. It was the jam. But Crystal, why was I 7 listening to that?
Jamming.
I didn't have a clue what I was singing. All I knew was I wanted to scream, turn them off.
Yeah. Wait on your part.
I was waiting for my part. That's all I knew. So first of all, let me mention that this is All the Way There podcast 200 episode.
I saw that. I was like, I'm 200.
200. 200 episode. And so what I speak to it being 200 episodes is now it's been 5 years, and sometimes I think like it's so many different things that I might have saw being done, but I always look back and just think that as long as I'm staying on course with where God has put me, I'm exactly where I need to be. Mm-hmm. So 200 episodes, that's a blessing from God. Honestly, because so many times I have wanted to shut the ship down, throw the anchor out and park.
Yes,
but God hadn't given me the release to do that yet. So here we are, guys, and I thank you. Good music, exactly, Crystal. Thank you, Carmelita. I appreciate that. So let's tap into the real reason of why we're here. So Alana wrote a book and a workbook called Lessons Through Lyrics. Now, if anybody know me, I love music. Like, I love music. I grew up in a music family where music was always playing. My dad's side of the family, everybody is singing. Y'all done heard this story. If you've been, this is 200th episode. You've been following me long enough, you know everybody in my dad's side, they can sing except me. Okay, that's okay. I love the music. Okay,
that's all that matters.
But on my mom's side, there was always music playing, and everybody had their own style. And so I had uncles and aunts that always had music on. My mom, she always had music going. And then my daughter, she tells me now, she grew up, it was always some music going. Be it praise and worship, whatever era I was in, Lord, because I've come a long way. Might have been some rap.
Right.
Might have been some some breakup songs, but nonetheless, the music never stopped playing, okay? Mm-hmm. So, last night a DJ saved my life. No, just kidding. Yeah. But I want to talk about this book. Congratulations on your 200 episodes. Thank you so much. And Crystal, you pretty much been here for all 200. So congratulations to you too.
Number one fan.
Because even if she's not here, she always shares. So I appreciate your support. She will tell me, Keela, I'm not going to be on the podcast today, but she will always hit that share button. I thank you because people don't realize that when somebody has something, a share is more than everything. It's everything, because that means that a couple of things here. You're telling me you believe in me, yes, and you are supporting, yes. And I don't care. You don't have to send me your $100, but that share button, yes, means everything. So y'all don't even know. That means everything. So I appreciate it. Anybody who have ever taken time out to share anything from me.
Right.
So let's talk about music first, because I want to tap into what music is about before we get into why this was birthed, okay? So when we talk about music, lyrics and music, and I absolutely love lyrics, okay? Like I will love a song, but when I learn the lyrics and the lyrics don't match up, then I don't like the song. Right. Okay, because I'm like, first of all, what's he saying? Right. He said he gonna do what?
Right.
Oh, no. I'm not. I am a beat person, but I'm a lyrics person first. Absolutely. So that's why this stuck out to me, because people get so caught up in the beat and then the song that they're singing. I don't want that no parts of my life with what he's saying, because that beat is under a good beat. You know what I mean?
Right.
So music is the arrangement of sound to create some combination of form, harmony, melody, or otherwise expressive content. And it could be culture based. So that's why we have like these different cultures. They have their own sound. African have their own sound. Indian have their own sound. And Asians have their own sound. But what I love about music is it's universal.
Yes.
So the sound of music and the sound of the lyrics, it can penetrate a soul no matter where it's coming from, and it could be good or bad. Yes. You know what I mean? Absolutely. So when I think about lyrics, I think of some of the songs that I have gravitated towards, and even in those seasons, I'll say, "Oh, that song is out of season." I mean, I can't even sing that no more.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes.
So I want to talk about music does soothe the soul always. Yes, it does.
Yeah.
And Killer B, I love being here. Thank you. And I love having you here, Crystal. I want to talk about how did you birth this before we get into it. Where did you come up with the idea for lessons through lyrics?
I have a close friend that wrote a book, and she knows that I'm a pretty good writer. You know,
Okay.
I've gone to school and I can write papers. That's not a big thing for me. And she was always, come on, you next, you next. And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I had tried to start a few books and hadn't finished them. Just, I don't know, wasn't time, wasn't place, wasn't a thing. But this particular book, I literally woke up and remembered my dream. And my dream was one of the chapters. I don't always remember my dreams.
Okay.
But my dream was one of the chapters. And I couldn't shake it. I couldn't get it out of my head. And something just told me, you need to write this down. And as I wrote it down, about 5-6 more chapters came out. Oh wow. Oh wow. And it's basically how I respond to things and how I deal with things, and the songs that get me through those moments.
Yes.
That's how it was birthed. I literally, I would only tell off the air how much time it took me to actually write this, because somebody would be like, for real. but it was just what I have heard, and some of the reviews that I've gotten already have indicated that it's a life changer. It's a game changer. It's inspirational, and that's what it was meant to do. And
absolutely.
So as long as it's doing that, my job is done.
Absolutely. And I think because I like music so much and I am a lyric person, because people lyrics determine if I like them or not.
Facts.
It does.
Because your lyrics speak for you, who you are or what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And let's be realistic. There were some songs that I sang and I danced to some years ago that I don't sing and dance to anymore.
Absolutely.
I'm not in that season. And that's okay. It's okay.
It is.
You're in that season and I'm not. Because I was there once and someone else wasn't.
Absolutely.
So, it's okay. But yeah, it's definitely a bridge gapper or a bridge separator.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yeah. Because I think about when I think about lyrics, I think about like you literally just said, something that you're either going through, and so sometimes we'll gravitate to those songs and it's like, oh God, I'm feeling this. Oh girl, yes. But then there does come a time when you are trying to heal, where even though those words once resonated, you need to kind of leave them there because they're going to keep you on a hamster wheel.
Some things, I'm not going to say you should get over it, but you definitely have to figure out a way to get through it, past it, around it.
Absolutely.
I spoke of my biggest storm thus far in my book, and it's not that I'm over it. It's not that it's whatever. It's not that it's all good. It's Gucci now. It's not that. It's just that I have to figure out a way to move on. And I think everybody does. Maybe for some people that's an hour. For some people it's a year. For some people, I hope it's not 10 years for somebody.
Right.
Because if it's 10 years, that means for 10 years, you basically wandering in the desert. You wandering in nothingness. You wandering, you're stagnant. You're not moving. You're not growing. You're not. And I don't hope or wish that for anybody. And I don't think anybody's situation or person would want that for them. So, you at some point you got to be like, okay, let me dry my tears and get up. I may cry again tomorrow, but right now, let me move on.
Right. And I think once you put your mind towards that, it doesn't make it easier, but at least you've made up your mind that this is what I'm trying to work towards.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Which makes it different.
Yes.
Than being, like you said, just wandering.
Yes.
So you came up with the book. Now, in this workbook, guys, she gave you these examples of these different lyrics, right? And what I liked is each chapter is pretty much like the name of a song, isn't it? So you have the book and the workbook. Okay, she has the book and the workbook. Okay, guys. And both of these can be ordered on Amazon. And I'm going to put that up there. It sounded like they were the name of songs. They aren't the name of songs because I just saw the name of your look on your face.
No, they are the name of songs. So
okay.
There are 26 chapters.
Okay.
Because there are 26 letters of the alphabet. And because there are 26 letters of the alphabet, every chapter, aka song, starts with that letter of the alphabet. So there is a song. That's why it's lyrics from A to Z. There's a song from A to Z and a lesson that ties with it.
I love that. So one of the chapters, Before I Let Go.
Oh.
And everybody know Before I Let Go.
Hey, that's right.
Before I Let Go. Then in the workbook, she gives you these things of goals or whatever of things that you should let go. And so, but you don't have the actual lyrics of the song. You have an insert of what she's talking about with letting things go. But the chapter is called Before I Let Go. I think it's very creative. I did one of these exercises and I did Never Would Have Made It.
Oh, girl. Why you want me all out? Why?
Never would have made it.
Hey, as soon as you started singing it, didn't you?
I did. I did.
Start thinking about what you never would have made it through. I know. Go ahead,
girl. So then I read your insert and I said, "Ooh, okay." So the exercise was your short never would have made it list, and I started writing down and jotting down like. 2024 was a rough year for me.
You need a little more paper. You need a little. See, look, that's why you needed the workbook.
I need notes in the back of the book. Like, yeah. So I started writing down things that I never would have made it through if it had not been from God. Mm-hmm. And it also gave me a perspective of being grateful for where I am, because I looked at that list that I wrote down, which I wrote about 6 things down. And I'm saying, I am grateful. Look at that. Yep.
You got a little more room.
I need that in the workbook.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Write it and, write a couple of sentences. That's
So, yeah, I'm going to need that workbook. But it did give me a different perspective. Like, this is what I got through. These are things I got over. I am almost done with school. Like it's all downhill from here. Which, because last year was so rough, I looked at my grades, y'all, and I know that it was nothing but God, because I really don't know how I still got all those A's. Y'all, it was rough last year, but my grades does not reflect how rough the year. Like, my grades don't look like what I've been through.
Hello.
Okay.
Come on with your testimony.
Don't look like what I've been through. So tell us about, so you came up with the book, you came up with the songs. I know you probably was listing A through Z, but how did some of these songs resonate with you? Like, how are they birthed? Just outside of just the letter alone.
Well, the first song, the song that woke me up, that I woke up with, was Can You Stand the Rain?
Okay.
Love me some New Edition. But again, the body of the book and how it should be formatted was what came to me in that dream.
Okay.
So it was like, okay. But Before I Let Go, literally somebody can be talking to me and they'll say something and in my mind, I'm singing the song.
Yeah. We're like,
yeah. So they'll say something like, I really need to let go of this. I can't do it. And in my head, I'm like, before I let go.
Yes.
It's literally, as I'm writing it, the things that have dropped in my spirit, or the things that I tell people, have told people, want to tell people, is what this was about, along with my stories. It's
Okay.
not about, not like I'm perfect, I'm some nun sitting in the Vatican or something like that. No, I have mistakes. That's why I have trials and testimonies to tell you about. I'm very open about my previous marriages and some struggles, and who knows what book number 2 might bring. But it's literally still in that same vein of helping people, because
Yes.
letting go can be mental, emotional, physical, spiritual. It can be any of that. What if physically you're trying to do more than your body would have you to do? You're trying to
Absolutely.
go here and go there. You're trying to do this and do that. You're trying to be everything for everybody, and it's tearing your body down.
Mm-hmm.
That's not what you're supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
Not at all. What if, you mentally trying to, again, talk to everybody, save everybody, be everyone, or have everyone be your project where you fix them and help them. And again, mentally, that's not where all of your energy is supposed to be, not for one person or one thing or one time or one moment. We all do have a purpose, and we are meant to be here to help others.
Absolutely.
But it's not just that one person and then consistently all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Some people don't want to be helped. They're in a space where they don't want to be helped. They want to sit here for a minute. They want to sit in it for whatever reason. And guess what? That's your choice. Long as you ain't bothering me and it ain't costing me no money, that's your choice. That's your choice. But if you want to let go, no, this might be some of the things you want to do.
I love that.
We were just talking, my husband and I, we're getting ready to do consecration rededication. And he said, I found out something. I said, okay. He said, I found out the snacks are not just like chips and candy. So I looked at him. He said, snacks can be like KFC or Culver's or so I said, okay, well, yeah, that's true. And he looked at me. I said, it's whatever your vice is. It's whatever is your problem. If you feel like every day you got to have 2 pots of coffee, that's a problem.
That's the problem. That's right.
2 pots and 2 cups is different. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like every day you got to have that 2 liter of Pepsi,
that's the problem.
So whatever if every day you got to have a bucket of chicken, a hot and ready, that's a problem. You got to figure out what that problem is. So again, what do you need to let go of? Never would have made it. It could be finances. It could be school. Man, I had some raggedy cars. Like for real, like for real raggedy cars. Like shouldn't have lived raggedy cars. Like this one car I had, the wheel, I was going down 6 Mile, get ready to cross Livernois, trying to get my daughter to the school bus, and the wheel popped off and went towards Livernois. Right, I forget how I got the wheel back, but anyway, my cousin came. I don't even know, but my cousin came because of course I done drove on the rotor,
Okay.
But my cousin came, got me to a shop, put a donut on it or whatever. And my cousin will have to come on and tell you what it was. But anyway, the man who looked at it said, how are you alive? What you mean? And my cousin is down on the ground. He's a mechanic. He's looking like this. And I'm like, what's up? And he was like, no, he's serious. Normally people don't live through this. This is like, you should be dead. I was like, for real? He was like, yeah. And I just went to crying, and I told him, I said, but God.
But God. You literally took the words right out of my mouth. But God.
Hey, he know I got to finish raising these kids. It's just me. Hey, I ain't got it.
You got stuff to do.
How can we fix this for about $200? Because that's all I got. And I got to put that on the credit card. What?
Right.
So, I mean, when I say never would have made it, oh, yeah.
Never would have made it. And that's what I like about the different titles when I were going over them. And I'm like, okay, of course, each title made me sing.
Yes.
A song.
You're supposed to stop like, oh, yeah.
But it was one title that I did not know.
What was that?
We talked about it. With a Z.
Zillionaire.
I had never heard that song. So I'm like, I have to Google it.
Yes.
So I can hear what this is about.
Yes.
But what I like about the book, because it makes you tap into the music, but it also gives you exercises to do for yourself. So when you think about, and I'm not going to tell people because y'all got 26 different things in this book. But when you think about different things, and the only reason why I'm doing this is to give people a perspective of how creative this was. Like, you think about music and you think about so amazing. So amazing.
Okay.
To be. You know what? I use that. I know it's a love song, but I absolutely love the chorus part when I'm thinking about my daughter.
Yeah.
Because she was such a blessing for me to have, you know, and so just that love that is just so amazing, you know. But what's amazing already and what can be more amazing? And what I like about this is we go day to day throughout our day, taking things for granted, taking life for granted. I love that. That's the workbook. And look how much space you have.
Right.
See,
So you got more space.
You got more.
I gave you more space.
You gave me more space. Yeah. But I say that this really snap you back to when you are going and living in your day out. You go to work, you get up, you go to work, you go home, you do homework, you clean up, you wash dishes, you do this. It put it down on paper and it made you sit there and think like, these are amazing things. Now, some of my things that I list for amazing is just me being at home working in my yard. That's amazing because it frees my mind. You know what I mean? And when I step back out on the curb, I'm like, I did it. I did that. It's amazing. You know what I'm saying? Like, my yard looks good. Right. And I always tell my lawn guy when he come to cut my grass in the summertime and he give me that first cut, and he will tell you he's been my lawn guy for the last 5 years. I will send him a text and I'm like, you got me out here looking good. Right. You just pull up in front of the yard, but it makes you think about the small things. It might make you think about the big things, but what it does is it make you stop and think that these are some things that I am blessed to have. Everybody, you know.
Listen, and that's the thing about so amazing, because it just me hearing you say that. 1, you have a house. 2, you have the means to be able to maintain upkeep. 3, you have the means to get a better curb appeal. 4, you actually are enhancing yourself spiritually and emotionally and mentally, because this is something that you enjoy doing and actually enjoy and receive the gratification when it's done. So it's so many different compartments that you can delve into with that thing that allow you to be like, okay, this is what's up. I mean, I have been at times where I gotta wait another week to get that grass cut. Or how about the years that I did not get? I got a whole sprinkler system that I didn't get it turned on because I didn't even know how much it was gonna cost. Didn't know it ain't even that much, but that fear of not even to know. Yep,
and I mean I've been there before because you like, well, at least check the price.
What? Hello, at least. At least
check the price.
Sprinkler system. I don't even know nobody with a sprinkler system. Man, I ain't even forget. Let me get this hose. This hose. You know, hey. So, but then when you get the ability to be able to do that, to be amazed at that. Thank you, Lord. That's where I was. You know, oh, okay, this is one of them goals. You know, I was here, now I'm there, and thank you. Okay,
absolutely.
But I'm grateful for that, because you know, those of us who are Christians, you know, when you're faithful over little things, then you can get more. He not gonna give you more when you already jacking up the little that you got.
Exactly. He like, you can't even handle the 50 cents I gave you.
You know what I'm saying? Why am I gonna give you $5?
Exactly.
Come on now.
You just playing. You out here playing. But that is a great perspective, a way to look at that too, because you know, here I am thinking about the curb appeal, but like you said, you break it down even further, you have a house to even talk about. You have this little things in your car, like when you talked about your car being messed up. Lord, I have seat warmers. I have little, like we started from the bottom.
I can start it on my phone.
Exactly.
you want to do? But being cold is not an option.
Being cold is not an option.
But
And
you
the
know
thing,
what? Because of that, every time I go past, I kid you not. I'm a little emotional, I'm a little sensitive. You need a man. Sorry, see again. So but every time I go past a tow truck, don't let me go past somebody old, somebody with a baby, whether it's a bus stop or a car. I'm like, Lord, bless them and keep them.
yes, yes.
I ain't got that big. I ain't that big, that bold, that nothing where I have not forgotten.
I know that's right.
There with that tire off it and them trying to figure out how the heck I'm even alive.
I know that's right.
That's how many volumes of grace. That's how many volumes of lessons. No.
And see, that's what you look back and you are thankful for those things.
You know,
because
look, when I look back overall, you're right. I'm telling you, it's always in my head.
And I thought me and my sister are like that too. It's always a song.
Always.
So it's so funny that you're like that.
Always. I just sit and be quiet. People who know me, they like, what you thinking? And I'll go to sing and they like, we knew it was a song. I'm like,
we knew it was a song.
Yeah.
I went to a worship service the other night and they were doing worship music.
Okay.
And it's been a long time since I had been in that type of a service. Okay.
Okay.
And so what I appreciated about it is because she would just be normally speaking. Mm-hmm. And let's say, and I'm making up something because I can't remember exactly what was said at the top of my head. But like, let's say she'll say, and so we're going to walk in faith. And then these people behind her who had these golden mics, they sounded like angels. Okay. They would make a song up off of what she said. And I'm telling you, the spirit was so heavy in there. So when I think about just lyrics and how it touch you and how it change you, how it motivates you, how a lyric from a song can jog you to be grateful for some things that you are. Music is a very powerful tool.
Yes.
And I think sometimes I can't stress enough how important it is for whichever way you are leaning, that you are very careful with the lyrics that you are choosing to listen to on a daily basis.
Yes.
I remember the one song, that song by Mary J. Blige. I could not listen to it, and I was nowhere near the level I am of being sensitive to the Holy Spirit. But that song I'm going down.
Okay, yeah.
I'm going down.
That's an old remake, but go ahead.
Yeah, it was an old remake, and I couldn't
all the lyrics. But go ahead, because I think that's out of Car Wash.
Well, basically, she said she was going down because he ain't around, and her whole world stopped. It's turned upside down.
Yeah,
and I'm like, nobody's ever getting that kind of control over me.
Hello,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
No, I'm not doing that. So I could not listen to those lyrics and those words because they are very powerful and you do speak those things over your life.
Yes.
But what I did want to encourage people is to get the book, do the exercise. I mean, it was very fun. And it does not take up a lot of your time. Like, you can see the book, but just even if you did it for like, you can make this like a daily thing. And you can get through it like in a month, because sitting down, writing out some of these, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I was one of those people who would have to write on a separate piece of paper because I never liked writing in my books, like even in school. But I did with this one so I could go back and flip and go back, and I want to go back and look at some certain things like, okay, this has changed, this has changed. I'm amazed for this, or I'm amazed for that. I think it's a beautiful concept, and I think it was a brilliant idea, and I love that that idea. But you have some things coming up, that we want to talk about.
Absolutely. So I definitely want to encourage people to walk on over to Amazon and get the books.
Yes.
I actually have designed them in such a way that they will be good for after school sessions, girls groups, boys groups, mentoring groups. even groups of people, ladies, if they wanted to get together. It's good for guys too, but some of the guys might be a little against the purple cover, whatever.
And the butterflies.
Butterflies, but whatever. But you can actually take these things. I understand being in education, we reuse everything. So the workbook is also good so that you can make copies, and that way you can pass them out to different people.
Good idea.
You guys can use them, share them, update them as you would like. And that way you don't have to feel like you got to buy X amount of workbooks or whatever. So definitely walk on over to Amazon and get that.
That's a great idea.
Thank you. Also, if you are in the area, Saturday, March 8th, 12 o'clock at Parkman Library. Yes, there it is. Will be my book signing. You actually get to meet me. I will go ahead and sign your book. I will answer any questions you have for those who have begun to read it. I also will have light refreshments for those who are there. There won't be a whole lot of books and workbooks. I did not do this to be trunk salesman of the year. I did.
Right.
I'm just being honest. I mean, yes, I want it to be sold. I would love if somebody know how to get it in Oprah's hands.
Yes.
Hey, hurt my feelings. Send it to them. But it's meant to be easy, inspirational, light, uplifting. It's not meant for you to just run through it and not get anything. It's meant for you to kind of chew on it and digest it and delve into yourself to see what you can do. If we're through learning, if we're through growing, we're about to die. I ain't ready to die. If that's your case, hey, that's on you. But there's something that we can learn every day, and there's something we can learn from everyone every day. And this is a way to kind of do it and take a little self-inventory, light, by yourself, no big thing, and be able to enjoy it. So, got that coming up. After that, the end of April will be my 4th annual Luncheon of Love and Light.
On my birthday.
Hey! And it's a good time. It's a good time. It's information. It's vendors, great food. And it's a way to actually come together in networking to actually reduce stress and prevent heart disease. All of this is designed for that. When you're taking a deeper look within yourself, you actually find out what makes you tick, what doesn't make you tick, how to handle you, how to deal with you, how to keep yourself less stressed. Stress is the number one killer. Well, heart disease is the number one killer. If you can avoid or prevent the stress, that's more than half the battle. But
Absolutely.
It's not just eating. It's not just this. It's not just that. It's everything. So when you
it's a component, the full component,
the full component, and put that together, then you have a better chance at fighting whatever else is out there in the world.
Absolutely.
But not heart disease and not within yourself or against yourself.
So I know we normally come up with a challenge. You probably have one, and I think I have one too. My challenge is going to be when you are listening to lyrics, I want you to dissect them. And I want you to say, is this encouraging my soul? Or is this something that's going to pull me further away from myself or God? If they are not pulling you more toward God or improving yourself, cut those lyrics loose. Another one is making sure that you are learning about yourself and being grateful for some of the things, because that's what this book did for me. It made me sit back and just think about some of the things that I'm grateful for. And it also made me think about how far I've come in some areas. So it's almost like, man, this time last year, but look at God. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that is my challenge. I don't know if you have another challenge. Do you have anything?
Those are great. I'm going to add to it this. We just did a economic blackout, and that's cool. We have a lot of agencies that have been eradicated or severely downsized. It is what it is. My question to you is, or others, What are you doing to support your own?
Mm.
So last month we had Black History Month. How many intentional things did you buy, do, or support for Black History Month? Okay. Keeping that in mind, this is now Women's History Month and Reading Month.
Mm. Yeah, a lot of things going on.
What could you do to support your local author or Women's History Month?
Absolutely.
What could you do?
So you have two things going on: a Black business and a woman.
Look. Let me toot my horn for a second. I'm multi-talented. What can I say? It is what it is.
It is what it is.
I wasn't even trying. It just kind of happened. But, ask yourself, how many times I got people who say, well, I'm not shopping on Amazon no more. Yeah, you are.
Mm-hmm.
I got people who, I got to get my Amazon cart. Okay, whatever. The reality is it takes a village to raise a child.
Absolutely.
The village is still raising me.
Mm-hmm.
In order to have a village, you got to be a part of it. And part of being a part of that is is sharing, is helping, is adding to, is joining in. One Healthy You is always looking for new members who are ready to work. Yes, we go to Salvation Army. We do Meals on Wheels. We go to Capture Soup Kitchen. We do Earthworks Urban Farms. We actually host ballroom. We do some fun stuff. We have ballroom events to actually reduce stress in the summertime. We also do International Yoga Day, but we also do a backpack giveaway. We do
I love that.
Christmas giveaway. We are always doing something, but it's to better build our community and help those around us to reduce stress and prevent heart disease. What are you doing to join in? We'll always be willing to help you and welcome you, but are you willing to put in the work?
Are you willing to put in the work? I like that because that's a challenge. Join some, help somebody else.
One Healthy You is here and available. We have one meeting a month. We have small monetary obligations. I know I eat more snacks than what the dudes are. I do. Let's be real. Let's be honest on Sunday with ourselves. Come on now, but how many lives are we changing and helping? How many things are we doing positive in the community? How much time do you spend doing negative crap that you ain't got no business doing or shouldn't be doing? Let's go there.
Scrolling on social media, because that consumes a lot of time.
But you're scrolling to celebrities who don't know you, who you don't know, who don't care about you. You got some people right here in the community you can work with that you
hands-on
and help people in your community. People you see at the bus stop every day. People you see at church every week. People you see at school all the time, at work all the time. People in your neighborhood. How's the neighborhood going to get any better if you're not helping it to do so?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
One of the reasons I didn't want to go into education is funny now because I know how stupid I sound. I didn't want to go into education. I'm serious. I didn't want to go into education because I figured I'm going to take care of my child. And them other kids is them other parents' fault.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do my job. That was really my thought and my thinking. I'm just going to tell you.
I promise you're not the only one that thinks like that.
I'm taking care of my kid. They dressed it. I met a lady last week. Well, I saw her last week. We were getting African garb for African history service. And I met a lady. I said, you look familiar, blah, blah. Anyway, she goes to telling me, found out who she was. She was my 24-year-old daughter's preschool teacher.
Oh, wow.
Yes. And she said to me, oh, I remember you. She told me where I worked, who my boss was. But then she said to me, your daughter was together. She said she got her hair freshly braided all the time. Her beads matched her outfit. Her outfit was clean and together. She was together. She said, you didn't play about her. I said, for you to remember all that I was this close to tears. She ain't know. I was this close. I said, what a way to be remembered.
Exactly. Taking care of
my baby. She said, you took care of that baby. You was about her. I said, okay.
I love it.
So I appreciate that. That's yeah.
Crystal says, All the Way There podcast has done a wonderful job showcasing Black businesses through the years. A couple of them I still add to my closet and kitchen shelves. I love that because, it's really just about giving back. And one thing that I never want to be, the old saying that people say in our community, is the crab in a bucket. And it's so easy to just give somebody a shout out. I had a girlfriend the other day. She has her own juicing business. And she gave me a shout out through her juicing business. Now, I'm a podcast, have nothing to do with her juicing business, but just the fact that she said my name through her thing, it's those little things that we help each other.
Yes.
With just little things.
Yes. They call it now, the kids call it gatekeeping.
Yes, don't gatekeep. Because I'm going to tell you.
And I'm old school. I call it being stingy.
Yeah, being stingy, gatekeeping, hoarding, however we want to look at it. But at the end of the day, give, and it shall be given unto you.
Press down, shaking together, running over until your lap.
Yes. So if you want it to return to you, then you have to give. Stop gatekeeping stuff. Stop. Like, you think it's somebody going to pass you up. One thing that I've learned doing podcasting is so many podcasts. So many. And if I step back and try to do this on my own, I'm always wanting to learn from somebody else. And if somebody call me, I will tell them exactly what I did to do what I needed to do. I'm not concerned about what you do. I hope you pass me up.
Right.
I hope you do better, because at the end of the day, we all have something to do. That's so right. I love that. Get in your community. Like she said, give back, do what you're supposed to be doing. Listen and break down those lyrics. If they are helping you
or hurting you.
And
I give you one more. It's March. It's tax time. And then them deposits is hitting. One Healthy You is a nonprofit organization. We will be actually able to give you a 501c3 donation card. I'm sure All the Way There podcast can actually use your donations as well.
Okay. For me, girl.
Play with me.
Don't play. Yes.
Share the wealth.
Share the wealth. Amen. And All the Way There podcast will receive them.
Absolutely. Your receipt will be in the mail.
Yes, it will. It sure will. And we'll write it off too. You can write it off.
Right. Yes.
But I want to thank you for coming onto the podcast and having a wonderful time. Giving us a wonderful time and sharing with the lyrics and all of your things. I think it's a brilliant concept, and I hope the book do phenomenal, because anything that's given to you by God,
it was here first.
It was here first, and I'm gonna stamp that too, right?
That's right. Yep.
So you guys check out our book signing coming up. I'll post all of those to the stories on the page and under the comment section if you guys want to make sure you go and support her. Take the challenge. And of course, I'll see you guys next month. It is my birthday month now. You guys, I'm believing to get a certain person on this podcast next month. So I'm hoping her schedule is clear. Woo! So let's hope that I can get her here.
Yes.
In the meantime, you all have a phenomenal month. And I will see you in April. Don't hang up, Elena. Right. See you guys later.